Welcome back, guys. Everything wrong with Yu-Gi-Oh! Today we are doing the long-anticipated episode, Dungeon Dice Monsters. This is an all-timer. Let's get into it.
I've endured many things in my life. I've been trapped in an ancient pyramid,
which you forgot until last week.
They think they can drive me out of business selling their trendy new trash because they sell only the fads of today.
Wait, isn't that a good thing? Sounds like you have totally different sets of inventory. Also, isn't Duel Monsters a relatively new game?
Duke, look, it's that YuGiOh fellow.
Why is Duke hiding out during the grand opening of his new shop? Shouldn't you be outside signing dice and taking pictures?
Of course, he'd never be able to beat the even greater Duke Devlin at his own game. Isn't that right, Duke?
Damn, this dude is kissing ass harder than those obelisk blues. Right, Chaz?
I really hope you know what you're getting into this time, Dookie boy.
This time? What happened last time? Can we see that episode?
Time, Dookie boy.
Dookie boy? Is this Pegasus in disguise? Damn, that would be a twist. Could you imagine?
When you're champ, that's when the money really pours in.
Money pours in, I guess, but what incentive do you have? Duke could 10x his sales, and I promise you won't be seeing any of that. Also, what makes you think money will be pouring in once he's champ? Yugi's champ right now, and it doesn't sound like it boosted Grandpa's sales.
Money's for greedy fools like you.
Greedy fool? That's your opinion of him? Why did you hire this dude if you think he's a greedy fool?
I'm after a much greater prize, the total destruction of YuGiOh.
How noble. Much more noble than running a successful game shop.
You saying they got that dungeon dice monsters?
Hey, how did you become a total expert all of a sudden?
Total expert? He just knew the name of the most popular game in town.
I read them when I'm out delivering them, okay?
Why are you delivering newspapers?
Bitch, aren't you the one working as a waitress? Also, if I remember right, you were so insecure about it, you were pissed at them for even knowing about the gig. Now you have the nerve to ask, why do you have to work?
Oh, I missed it.
There's way too much female excitement happening right now. Moments like this and Gary's cheer squad from Pokemon really warp my perception on how to win female attention.
Who is this guy?
How could you have read about Dungeon Dice Monsters in the newspaper, but it didn't include a picture of Duke or even mention that the creator goes to your school?
Listen, Taya, if I wanted, I could be just as popular, but I don't want to stoop to the level of that two-bit Houdini.
Did getting second in Duelist Kingdom not give Joey any street cred? We had a guy at my school who just auditioned for American Idol. That alone got him a couple of blowjobs.
And I got more talent than my little Pinky than he'll ever have.
If you count talking with food in your mouth and talent.
Hello. Just jumping in and reminding y'all that Joey literally sacrificed himself to save Mokuba's life a few days ago. While he may not be academically talented, he's got a heart of gold and he's a solid duelist.
Didn't you catch any of my moves in the Duelist Kingdom, you numbskull?
Now you're adding Lucky to your list of talent?
Tristan's got you on that. Sorry, Joey.
My condition is this. We open up new packs and create our own new dual monster decks.
What's fair about that? If you're not playing with your own cards, then the game's just pure luck.
Even with your own cards, luck is still a factor. What's your suggestion, Yug? This is Joey's specialty, and Duke doesn't have a deck. Honestly, this sounds super fair to me. Either this or they throw down a neutral territory, like a game of Smash Bros.
Besides, there's an awful lot of cards that we've never even seen before.
Yeah, and there's even more cards that Duke's never seen before. Honestly, there's not a fair way to split this up.
When I win, you're gonna have to do whatever I want you to. And I want you to close down your stinking shop.
That's so extreme. Why not ask for some packs or just cash? Or make him deliver your newspapers for a week?
This place is huge.
Actually, this is the smallest ring in the place. I have a little theory that the bigger the audience, the better the performance.
Then why use your smaller arena?
That's why I've decided to broadcast this match live to the entire world.
Who's cockier here, Joey or Duke? They're both using brand new decks. This is a pretty big gamble, Duke. How are you so sure you're gonna win?
Ta-da! Sword Hunter in attack mode.
Not bad. Maybe Joey won't embarrass himself after all. Think he's got a shot?
Yeah.
Number one, Joey was second in Duelist Kingdom, and it sounds like Duke has never dueled in his life. So yes, Joey has more than a shot. Two, we're one turn in. When has it ever gone good for anyone who's taken an early lead?
I still got you where I want you.
We'll see, since your strongest monster went off to an early grave.
Strongest monster? He's got a brand new deck. You have no evidence of that. You are basing this statement on nothing.
Time to summon one of the most powerful cards in my deck, the mighty Gradius!
Most powerful card in your deck? A 1200 attack monster? In your opening move, you played a 1400 attack monster. This Gradius card only wins you the duel because you play Limiter Removal, Fairy Meteor Crush, and you're attacking to a 0 defense monster. There's nothing inherently special about this card, aside from it being machine type, allowing it to benefit from Limiter Removal.
I was hoping for an actual challenge, but it was not meant to be.
Oh, shut the f up. You were challenged, dude. Yes, it was over fast, but it could have easily gone the other way. You had 50 life points left.
When I was in the Duelist Kingdom, I never made a mistake like this.
Dude, stop it. I love you, man, but you did make a load of mistakes. To be fair, this was the first time you went up against Fairy Meteor Crush. Most matches you hid behind your defenses until you pulled Time Wizard.
Hey, knock it off, Duke Devlin. Just because you won doesn't mean you can put Joey down.
Okay, Yug, what were you going to say to Joey if he won? Would you have let Joey go through with shutting down Duke's shop? Or does this idea only apply to your friends?
You're a dog now, Joey. You don't say ouch. You say woof woof.
I feel like when they did a first pass on the edit, they realized simply having Joey put on a Halloween costume wasn't degrading enough to bring out the Pharaoh, so they added in these scenes to really turn on the gas.
When you are the loser, you will swear on your grandfather's life never to play Duel Monsters again.
That is going too far.
Joey shutting down Duke's shop, Duke forcing Joey to act like a dog. That was all borderline, but no more Duel Monsters? Too far.
Hurry up, the duel's about to start. It's being broadcast live all around the world.
Who writes these lines? No one who has ever gone to an event has said this to hype up said event. Also, it sounds like the person saying this is going to see the match live, but when we cut to the match, it's just the cheerleaders and our friends, with no live audience.
Now let's get started.
Looks pretty straightforward.
I appreciate the optimism, Yugi. However, this is anything but straightforward.
The odds of summoning a monster with high-level dice are slim to none.
Oh no! Almost all the dice I picked were high level. The game just started and I'm already at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, but this was true before the high-level dice thing. You've never played this game before. He's had an advantage from the jump.
This different dice level stuff changes everything. You should start the game fresh.
If it were someone else, maybe.
Maybe. Duke's as bad as Kaiba. I guess I'm just used to Dragon Ball, where even the villains make sure everyone is at their best. What makes it even funnier is in Dragon Ball, the stakes are always pretty much the fate of the world, whereas in YuGiOh, the stakes, at least pre-Battle City, is usually just the fate of Kaiba Corp or the health of a grandpa.
2 summoning crests. I can play a monster.
No, you can't.
I thought...
It's my turn again.
Bro, I'm barely paying attention to the rules, and even I knew that.
Let's go. Our audience is waiting. And soon, they're gonna see you for what you really are. A loser who could have never truly beaten Pegasus.
How is anyone in universe watching seeing anything except the dude basically being a bully to a noob? You're literally the champion and the creator of the game. I know our friends don't know that yet, but everyone watching the live stream does. And you'll have stated multiple times for the cameras that Yugi has never played or even heard of it until today.
There, I rolled 2 level 4 summon crests.
Dude, stop. You can't be pissed about this. You have 3 monsters on the field and an item. Do you really need to sweep him? Is that gonna help your image?
Finally summon a monster and defend my heart points. And use a movement crest to move my mage 1 space forward so he can launch an attack against the 13th grade!
Wait, you can summon and move in the same turn? Why hasn't Duke done this yet? You could have taken out at least one of Yugi's heart points by now.
Did you see Yugi's last move? Incredible!
Are y'all really that impressed? He just destroyed a monster. What are the sports or entertainment like in this world where just the simple execution of a mechanic draws this much excitement?
He busted out that level 4 monster like he's played Dungeon Dice Monsters for years.
He literally just rolled the dice. No amount of experience can change the outcome of a dice roll.
All right! Yes!
Incredible!
What do you think, Taya?
Huge!
We just saw 5 cutaway reactions on how impressive Yugi destroying one of Duke's monsters was, and we're actually at the second cutaway for Joey. I feel like this is overkill.
What do you think, Taya? Is Yugi in the clear now?
While we're counting reactions, this is now the second time Tristan's asked Taya if Yugi's in the clear. First off, no, he's not in the clear. He has 1 monster against 3. Also, and more importantly, Yugi has never played this game, and Duke is an expert. I feel like we don't need to be checking in with Taya on anything Dungeon Dice related.
I don't think so. Duke's dungeon path is way more widespread than Yugi's, and he's still got more monsters out on the board too.
Damn, maybe Taya's an expert too. Sorry, Taya, I feel bad now.
Whoever said I was trying to summon a monster on this roll?
What?
Boy, are you dense!
Boy, are you dense. Bro, you haven't explained anything. Also, just like the dice randomizer, I feel like all of Duke's responses are randomized. Anyone here familiar with American Psycho? There's a cool piece of trivia around William Dafoe's character. The director asked Dafoe to shoot each of his interrogation scenes in 3 different modes. One where Dafoe behaves as though he knows Patrick Bateman is the killer, one where Dafoe acts as though he suspects Bateman, and one where Dafoe acts as though he doesn't suspect Bateman. And then they went through and cut up all the reactions. That way you had no idea, what that detective was really thinking. That's essentially what's happening here. In every scene where Duke is talking about the mechanics of the game, he's either pissed that Yugi doesn't already understand the game, or he's patient and understanding, or he's giving him genuine praise.
So then, you were rolling for his special attack?
That's kinda right.
Oh, shut the f up. Without cheating, how could you intentionally roll for anything? You have no idea what you're rolling for until it lands. If it had landed on a summoning crest, you would have gleefully announced your next monster. It just happened to land on this crest, and you happened to be able to make use of it. But don't pretend like you had any control or were expecting this.
The Blast Lizard's special attack requires 4 magic crests. I already had 2 in my crest pool, so I needed to roll 2 more, which I did. Now I'll use a movement crest to position my Blast Lizard.
Yeah, but I'd ultimately say this was a win for Yugi. All it took from him was a level 2 summoning crest to bring out Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress, but for you it took 4 special attack crests, a summon crest, and all the movement crests you had stored in your pool. This turn ultimately went in Yugi's favor.
Go! Dice roll! Not one summoning crest died.
Yeah, but you got what looks like 3 attacking crests. Can't you do something? Or at least store them in your pool?
And I'm the one who invented the game.
You're its inventor? I knew you were its champion, but
I'm both! And everyone in the entire world should know it!
Do they not already? If they don't, that's on you, dude.
I dedicated my life to creating dungeon dice monsters.
Yo, why are you just now sharing this backstory? Why was it a secret? I get Pegasus not sharing his backstory so easily, but with how quickly Duke is spilling everything now, I'm surprised he didn't say something sooner. Like, why didn't we have this conversation back at school?
I dedicated my life to creating dungeon dice monsters.
All of your life? Aren't you like 16? When did you start? Also, a lot of this game leans on duel monsters, so you really couldn't have started until after Duel Monsters was out and popularized.
I spent all of my free time perfecting its gameplay. I decided I had to send it to the only man who could possibly appreciate it, Pegasus.
What do you need from Pegasus? Help with the production of the dice or the arenas? I'm not even trying to be funny here. Literally, what are you looking to get from Pegasus? By your own declaration, this game was perfected, so you don't need any help with game design. If you wanted arenas, you'd have gone to Kaiba Corp since they're on the forefront of dual monster technology. I'm guessing you think you need Pegasus for validation and marketing? But it sounds like that's not too much of an issue because at the start of the episode, we learned this is the most popular game in the world right now. So again, what do you need from Pegasus?
A couple of days passed, but I didn't hear anything from that great game master.
Are you really expecting to hear back? This would be like me expecting to get a response from Mr. Beast because I shot him a DM on Instagram.
I was gonna meet my idol, Maximilian Pegasus.
Yo, I called Kaiba out for this too, but why y'all parking so far away from the castle? Are there no helipads on the property itself?
Pegasus immediately challenged me to a game of dungeon dice monsters.
Wait, y'all playing tabletop? How? Isn't a big part of this game the dice randomizer? Without the randomizer, how does this work? I feel like this would be equivalent to playing duel monsters with an unshuffled deck.
It was his first time playing the game, and he completely overpowered me.
Okay, Pegasus. Number 1, did you really need to use your eye for this? What difference does it make if you won or lost? Acquiring dungeon dice monsters has nothing to do with resurrecting Cecilia. So I'm guessing you're making this deal for the genuine love of the game. So why do you need to cheat if there's no stakes attached?
I was amazed with his skills.
Also, how would the Millennium Eye help? I get how in Duel Monsters it helps them see face down cards and what someone has in their hand, but Dungeon Dice is entirely different. When you roll the die, the results are shown to both parties. And so are the crest pools. There's no aspect of the game that's hidden from the opponent. You all remember the mind shuffle Yugi used against Pegasus? That's essentially what's happening with the dice randomizer. Neither player knows what the die results are going to be until they land, and then they make their move. There's no planning, it's all reactive. The eye is of zero use.
I was amazed with his skills.
In this situation, I probably wouldn't be amazed with Pegasus, I would just be disappointed in myself.
Everything that I'd worked for was shattered that day, and it's all your fault!
Shattered that day? Dude, you have a brand new building, fully staffed. Your game is flying off the shelves. You are the hottest guy in school. People from around the world are watching this live stream right now. And you did all of it without giving Pegasus any equity. What more do you want?
You expect me to believe that someone like you could defeat a great game master like Maximilian Pegasus? You can't even hold your own in Dungeon Dice Monsters!
How the is that the same? He's been playing Duel Monsters for a minute and he has never played Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Thunderball!
I'm afraid he's not going to be a lot of help to you. Unless, that is, Yugi uses Thunderball's special attack. Too bad he doesn't know how.
How can you in good faith withhold information like this and still think you've legitimately beaten the king of games? And this somehow doesn't also make you a cheater.
The whole world's about to see you lose, Yugi! Then you'll be forced to retire from Duel Monsters in shame! Pegasus will be avenged, and you'll be exposed as the sham that you are!
Literally none of those things will happen if Yugi loses. Sorry, Duke. I know you put a lot of thought into this revenge plan, but honestly, this is just a lose-lose for you. If you win, you look like an bully, and if you lose, you don't even want to know.
Come on, Yugi.
I've ignored this cheerleader long enough. This face here actually kills me. Kinda wish he was a recurring character and tagged along for Battle City.
Duke's got more monsters, more dungeon path, and more heart points than me. How can I possibly win? How can I beat Duke at his own game?
I agree, it does look grim, but we've already seen you beat Pegasus at his own game. We've seen you up against 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons and Blue Eyes Ultimate, and most impressively, we've seen you beat Mako Tsunami with 0 spell trap zones and 1 monster zone. So honestly, I ain't sweating it.
It's not fair. He blames Yugi for everything. His game not taking off?
Yeah, but it did. Either we were lied to about this game's popularity, or you all have insane expectations to what's labeled as successful.
Man, those cheerleaders sure know how to yank Joey's chain.
Well, at least they haven't reduced him to howling yet. I'm not housebreaking him.
Can we get back to the match, please?
You've even learned how to use your help screen to find out how to activate the monster's special abilities.
Duke just congratulated Yugi for being able to read.
Oh, marvelous. Splendid. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a TV of this size.
Okay, lot to unpack here. Number 1, being in love with this TV is hilarious because the picture looks like complete shit. Number 2, this is obviously a dub thing and he was actually in love with the cheerleaders. I've never understood this perverted old man trope, never found it funny. But finally, and most importantly, why are we getting these shots of Tristan, Taya, and the cheer squad? The camera should be 100% focused on Yugi and Duke.
I wouldn't get any ideas about winning this match. You'll never know Dice Monsters as well as I do. After all, I'm the guy who invented the game.
So explain to me and to the cameras how this match is fair at all.
You're allowed to take the crests you roll, store them in your crest pool, and then use them later on.
Damn, Duke, you got 7 movement crests. Why are you not closing in on Yugi's heart points?
If you're gonna learn how to obey our command.
Boy, that's rough.
It's a dog's life.
Can we get back to the match, please?
There Yugi goes again, scouring that help screen.
Dude, you gave him no options. You explained a fourth of the rules to him. Also, when exactly did the help screen show up? I feel like the show's creators realized this was all bullshit and Duke was being a jackass, so they came up with this help screen thing halfway through.
Some of the things he's learned in minutes took me weeks to come up with.
What the f does that even mean? Every child on the planet can intuitively use a smartphone, but the time it's taken to invent and perfect the technology has taken decades. This comment makes no sense.
Unbelievable. That cheat has taught himself how to defend.
That cheat has taught himself how to defend. Bro, are you even listening to yourself?
See my red dungeon path? Do you see how it reaches from one side of the board all the way across to the other, creating one solid line in front of your blue path? Well, guess what, Yugi? Your dungeon path can't cross it.
But why? We saw monsters crossing paths earlier to attack other monsters.
What's going on here?
I'm not sure I follow it myself, Taya.
Tristan, I love you to death, man. I really do. But you haven't followed one thing that's happened in this game. And to be honest, I'm not sure you entirely understand duel monsters either.
I'll explain one last time.
Dude, aren't you the creator of the game? Aren't people like you supposed to have a love and passion for this? You should be thrilled to explain the mechanics. This is supposedly your life's work. It'd be like if I asked Rawling, why do you have to attend Hogwarts for 7 years? And she responds with, okay, let me explain it to you one last time.
It's simple. My red dungeon path extends from one side of the board all the way to the other. Yugi can no longer continue to build his path forward.
But if all of Yugi's monsters are stuck behind that dungeon, then they can't get to Duke's heart points.
I feel like Duke pretty much repeated what he said before, but somehow Taya gets it this time. Except she should be chiming in to ask, okay, but why can't his monsters walk on your path like before?
Yugi could always try cruising his monsters through my dungeon path.
He can move through your path?
Okay, I'm glad we're acknowledging the fact we can cross-contaminate paths, but Joey, if you'd have been paying attention, you'd already know this.
He can move through your path?
Sure, if he doesn't mind running his monsters through a virtual gauntlet, because to get to my heart points, he'll have to survive every one of my monsters that he meets on the way.
Yeah, but that's basically what he's been doing anyway.
Perfect.
Know what this is, Yugi?
Bro, he hasn't known one damn thing Bro, he hasn't known one aspect of this game. There is no way he's gonna know what a black die is.
Looks like a black die.
A very rare black die, to be exact.
Rare? This ain't an Egyptian god card. This is a die from a box set.
Behold, the Warp Vortex!
Warp what?
Warp Vortex. Guess I'll have to explain this now, too.
Dude, if you didn't want to have to stop and explain something every 2 seconds, y'all should have just dueled. It's so hilarious to me that someone as impatient as you would have even suggested. It's so hilarious to me that someone as impatient as you would have even suggested playing a brand new game.
This other place is determined by wherever the second vortex is laid.
Yo, if this die is supposed to be so rare, why the fuck would you make it so you need 2 of them for it to be effective? That doesn't sound rare to me. You should have just made it a regular item crest, but it takes like 10 special crests from your pool to activate.
All that stands between you and defeat is the time that it takes for my automator to spit out the next rare black die.
That sounded super threatening up until the end when you said your victory won't begin until the second extremely rare die is rolled. That should mean Yugi has plenty of time to fight back. That or the die isn't that rare.
It's my second black die.
When you all kicked off this game, you selected 15 die. So 2 out of 15 are black die? I'm gonna say it ain't that rare.
I've just found a major hole in your plan. Or if you prefer, a vortex.
Are you kidding me? We were introduced to the black die 2 minutes ago. And the only thing we know about it is that it's extremely rare. But since we've learned about it, we've drawn 3 black die.
Duke may have blocked me from being able to extend my dungeon path to his heart points, but thanks to the warp vortex he placed, I now have an even better way of getting my monsters over to them.
I was gonna nitpick this earlier, but Yugi's summing it up for me pretty good here. Duke, you dumbass. You were so proud of the fact that you boxed Yugi in and made it so he couldn't advance his board. But instead of capitalizing on that advantage, you introduced warp vortexes. The vortex doesn't really give you any advantages, but it gives Yugi a huge one. Sorry, man, but you suck at your own game.
Now, Strike Ninja, attack his heart point. Lunging claw thrust! Now!
I gotta say, Dungeon Dice Monsters is pretty awesome.
Go! Dice roll!
Yo, we got another black die. I'm gonna label this a common dice.
A level 3 summoning and unlock my undefeatable monster!
Undefeatable? A level 3, not a level 4?
Diamond Blade Strike!
I better think fast if I want to save my ninja. There.
What did you search? How to save my ninja?
I can't believe Yugi has taught himself such an advanced defense maneuver.
You mean activating a special ability? I'm surprised you, the creator of the game, haven't activated something like that up till now.
And now I can attack again. Strike Ninja! Lunging claw thrust!
Damn, the game is pretty awesome, but once you get a monster positioned right, you can quickly end the game by attacking 3 times in a row. Duke, if I may make a suggestion, once a monster attacks a heart point, that monster should respawn to its original summoned position, just to prevent exactly what's happening now from happening.
Oh, no! I don't have any more traps in my crest pool.
Wow, that really is surprising. Either you weren't saving them, or the traps are the actual rare die.
You were close, Yugi. Closer than anyone I've ever faced.
Well, yeah, besides Pegasus.
Closer than anyone I've ever faced. But I'm afraid that close doesn't cut it in Dungeon Dice Monsters.
Does it cut it in any other sport? Or really any aspect of life?
You've played well for a first-timer, Yugi.
Played well for a first-timer? Dude, he's not even a first-timer. A first-timer would be me, who's seen this episode and has a basic understanding. You lost 2 heart points to someone who hasn't even heard of the game until that morning.
Looks like your beginner's luck is finally giving out, Yugi.
What if he's right? Maybe I'm just not good enough to beat Duke.
Bro, you're doing incredible. You knew 0% of the rules when you started, and you've damn near beaten him.
I used that movement crest to move my knight.
Movement crest? Aren't the movement crests the one with the single arrows?
I'll add 4 attack crests from my crest pool to the 2 attack crests I just rolled.
Yo, these aren't attack crests either. I actually have no idea what these crests are, but they definitely aren't the attack crests we were introduced to earlier.
You amateur!
Amateur? Bro, I can't tell if you're trolling or not.
I won't quit, no matter how hopeless it seems, Devlin. You know a lot about this game, Duke.
Yes, he is quite knowledgeable about the game he invented.
Millions of gaming fans around the world are glued to the TV.
Hold on. Millions? Millions of fans. And you're pissed that your game is a failure because of Yugi? How can both of these things be true at once? Millions of fans and you're a failure. How the fuck is that possible?
I know there's still one monster that can help me win. I just have to believe.
What monster? You know the monster's inside the die?
Nice roll. Too bad I've got you so boxed in you can't dimension the dice.
There's more than one way to dimension the dice.
Don't tell me how to play my games. No, it's falling perfectly into alignment.
Wait a second. Does Duke not know it can unfold like this? How?
My mage is under one of these hats, but you only have 1 shot to get it right.
Your carnival tricks won't save you this time, Yugi.
Carnival tricks? Dude, you're the one that made the choice to include Dark Magician and magical hats into your game.
Mystic Box! Your warp vortex inspired me to find an alternative path to your side of the field.
How are you gonna do that? By skewering your own monster? No! Your magician switched positions with my monster!
Bitch, do you not know what Mystic Box does? Did you program this or not? This is starting to remind me of Kaiba in the virtual world, forgetting half the shit he added. Duke even programmed the taunt into the game.
Dungeon Dice Monsters has the potential to become a huge hit.
Is it not already? According to Duke, millions of people were watching. Is that not considered a huge hit?
You've got to keep your store open.
There's more than enough room for 2 game stores in town.
Especially since y'all carry entirely different inventory.
I've got a feeling once Dungeon Dice Monsters takes off...
Yo, has it not already fucking taken off? By your own definition, it is the hottest game shop in town. We have staff handing out flyers. Millions of fucking people were tuned in for this game. Is this shit a hit or not?
I'd love to learn how to play Dice Monsters.
I can teach you.
I guess you can, but Tristan ain't the king of games. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't have patience to teach Yugi, I can't imagine. I can't imagine you have the patience to teach anyone else.
Hey, Duke. Sounds like you got some new email.
Number 1, he launched a new company like 2 days ago, and his game is super hot. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten like 50 emails while y'all been sitting here.
Anything good?
You Snoopy bastards.
Whoa, Industrial Illusions did send a contract after all, and they want to take Dungeon Dice Monsters global!
Yeah.
I'd like an episode with Pegasus, just the aftermath of where his head's at. And just this last week, he lost all hopes of resurrecting his wife. He blew up his partnership with Kaiba Corp. And keep in mind, he had deals with Kaiba long before the Big Five got involved. All of that is going to be dissolved. He lost his reputation, lost his best security officer, lost his Millennium Eye. After all that, he goes, I really need to respond to that Duke Devlin boy.
Dice Monsters global!
Yeah, you're in the money now.
Tristan just said, you're in the money now. Bro, look at his outfit. The fact that he has a fucking laptop in this era. He's got the building, he's got his own product, TV cameras, global audience. My guy has been in the money.
Thank you so much, Yugi. I really couldn't have done it without you.
You couldn't have done what? Accepted the email?
That a game's not just about mastering the rules, but about getting to know your opponent.
Right. It's not all about rules and how to win. It's about having fun and meeting and making new friends.
Yugi, sorry, I'm not used to nitpicking you, but you just repeated exactly what Duke said. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, the whole deal, and I will see you next time.